So hello friends, hope you all doing well. So today here in this video we'll discuss about the morphology of permanent maxillary canine. So morphology of the permanent maxillary canine. So permanent maxillary canines are very long and stable teeth. There are total four canines in that is two maxillary and two mandibular, and single pointed cusp present. So also these teeth are called cuspids. Okay. The canine's role in mastication is mainly tearing teeth. So these are main function is tearing. Main function is tearing and mesial contact. The mesial contact here, mesial contact is with the maxillary lateral incisor, and the distal contact with maxillary first premolar. So in universal system it's named as universal system named 6, 11 in universal, and in palmar notation or Zigmandi it's named as 3, and in FDI system it's named as 13 and 23. Permanent maxillary canine. Now let's talk about the chronology of permanent maxillary canine. There the first evidence of calcification in 4 to 5 months, and the enamel complete in 6 to 7 years, and eruption is completed with in 11 to 12 years, and root completion at the age of 13 to 15 years. So these are the chronology of permanent maxillary canine. So now let's talk about the labial aspect. The of permanent maxillary canine. So about the labial aspect, the crown of maxillary the crown of maxillary canine is narrower mesiodistally than that of the maxillary central incisor. These are narrower in mesiodistally. Then it has total two slopes, and the mesial slope being shorter than the distal slope, and the mesial slope is shorter than the distal slope. And the labial surface is smooth and bulky in the middle because of the labial, is bulky in the middle because of the labial reach. And the mesial outline is usually convex and rounded, and the mesio-incisal angle is rounded, rounded mesio-incisal, and usually convex and rounded the mesio-incisal angle. And in distal margin is shorter than the mesial margin, and also has a more rounded incisal angle. And the labial surface is convex in all directions. It's convex in all directions, but curvature is more pronounced mesiodistally. And the general outline of the surface is pentagonal. It's also outline is pentagonal, and incisal aspect has a large cusp with a pointed cusp lip. This is the labial reach, this is the labial reach, and these are mesial cusp, mesial, these are mesial cusp, it's the labial aspect, and these are distal cusp, these are distal cusp reach, distal cusp reach, and this is cusp tip. So the labial aspect have discussed. Now the labial lingual aspect, we will discuss about the lingual aspect. So this is the lingual aspect, lingual aspect. So now let's talk about the lingual aspect. The crown and root, the crown and the root are narrower lingually. These are narrower in lingual, lingual side, lingually, and cingulum is well developed. The cingulum is well developed, large and sometimes pointed like a cusp, sometimes pointed like a cusp, and the cervical lines, cervical line curves asymmetrically towards the apex, with a slight offset to the distal. A well-developed ridge, lingual ridge is seen. A well-developed lingual ridge is the lingual ridge is seen, which divides the mesial and distal lingual fossa. Mesial and lingual distal fossa. The heavy marginal ridge are associated with well-formed cingulum and fossa. This is the lingual ridge. You can see here. This is the lingual ridge. This is well developed, and this is divides the two portion. So hello, now let's talk about the mesial angle, the mesial aspect. This is the mesial aspect of maxillary canine. The mesial, from the mesial aspect, canine looks similar but bulkier. It is little bulkier than maxillary central incisors. Little bulk than the maxillary central incisor. Maxillary canine is the widest anterior tooth labiolingually. It's labiolingually widest anterior tooth. The cervical line is curvature. Line curvature is towards incisally, towards the incisally. Then the contact area is near to the junction of the incisal and medial third. Now let's talk about the distal surface. The distal surface is very similar to the mesial surface. You can see this is very similar to the mesial surface. The cervical line exhibits less curvature. The distal surface is generally smaller with resultant shorter labial and lingual margins. Height of contour is located at the more cervical levels, and the contact area is near to the medial third. Contact area is level to the medial third. Now the incisal or occlusal portion. The labiolingual dimension is greater than the mesio-distal dimension. It's the distal and it's mesial. The labiolingual dimension is greater than the mesio-distal dimension. Mesio-distal dimension. The maxillary canine is generally convex in both its labial and lingual outlines. The cusp tip is labial to the labial to the center of the crown labiolingually, and mesial to the center mesiodistally. The labial ridge and the cingulum is very noticeable from this point, So here you can see this is the DCR, that means distal cusp reach. Distal cusp reach. This is MCR, which means you can mesial cusp reach. It is MLF, that means mesiolingual fossa. This is the mesiolingual fossa, and this is distolingual fossa. Distolingual fossa, and C, this is the cingulum. This is the cingulum. It has only one root, and it is the longest and strongest of all the teeth in the mouth. This is wider labiolingually than mesiodistally. Lingual and labial surface are convex. So this was the morphology of permanent maxillary canine from the different aspects. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe the channel.